It's Tuesday, October 24th, 2017. This is PSN News. Former Penn State football coordinator Jerry Sandusky's plea for a new hearing was struck down by a judge in Jefferson County. We'll bring you the latest news in the continued fallout of the Second Mile founder.
We'll also look back on College GameDay and the most passionate Nittany Lions who lined up as early as midnight to appear on the ESPN broadcast.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Katie Filling.
And I'm Talia Torello. The Penn State men's basketball team and head coach Pat Chambers are chipping in to aid those affected by Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria. The Nittany Lions will play a road exhibition game against the Lafayette Leopards on Saturday, November 4th, with all of the proceeds going to the One America organization. The game will be held on Lafayette's campus with tip-off at 1 p.m. Coach Chambers told GoPSUSports.com it was important to support the One America appeal. He added the team felt honored to partner with Lafayette for the worthy cause. Lafayette will offer general admission tickets for the game. The required donation is $5 for students and $10 for all other fans.
College GameDay made its way to Happy Valley this past weekend as Penn State defeated the University of Michigan. The show is broadcasted at a new place every week, showcasing a different school with a new backdrop. In a sea of people and signs, there is one thing you can be sure to see during every show: 2 Washington State flags. According to the Daily Collegian, a network of alumni gets the flags to every College GameDay show, and this weekend marked the 202nd consecutive show the flags were raised. The tradition started in 2003 as an effort to get College GameDay to come to Pullman, Washington, but the Booster Club says it will keep the streak going even if they never make it there. This past weekend, students flocked to Old Main Lawn in the early hours of Saturday morning, vying to get a spot in the College GameDay pit. PSN News reporters Samantha Rank and Lauren Lee caught up with some of the most spirited Nittany Lions in attendance.
This past Saturday was unlike any other game day for Penn State. ESPN's College GameDay made an appearance in the Happy Valley. Excited fans began lining up for Saturday's show as early as 8 p.m. on Friday night, despite the temperatures reaching the low 40s. The last time Game Day was at Penn State was 2009, when Penn State played Iowa. The show began at 9 a.m. and finished around noon. Lauren Lee and Samantha Rank were at the event to hear some fan reactions.
My name's Lonnie Cadella. I've been here since about 8 in the morning, and I'm most excited to see Penn State win.
My name is Lisa Renaccio. I'm an elementary education major, and my sign is my friend's dog, Kip, and we call him Kip Pupstrike, or Kip Pupstrike, because we love him. But for today, I'm most excited about, just beating Michigan and having a great time.
My name is Kieran Judd. I've been here since about 8 in the morning, and the atmosphere here has been very fun and exciting. Vinny Diamadeo, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And my sign says bring Hofstra football back. I graduated from Hofstra and never got to see them play. I came here for College GameDay and see Squad go off and beat Michigan. So we are, now let's go.
Hey, I'm Bruno Sabone. I'm from Belcourt, New York, and I go to SUNY Maritime, and I just want Bama to win. I want Bama. I don't want Bama to win. I want Bama.
Jerry Sandusky will not get a new trial after Jefferson County President Judge John Foradora decided to reject the Post-Conviction Collateral Relief Act petition last Wednesday. This was after Sandusky's attorneys petitioned for a last-minute addition of evidence. Sandusky, the retired Penn State football defensive coordinator, has been in the middle of the PCRA petition for years. His attorneys argued multiple reasons for a new trial or dismissed charges, including incompetence of former trial counsels and grand jury leaks. However, the final decision remains after months of hearings and the decisions of 2 judges. Sandusky is currently serving a 30 to 60-year sentence at Somerset State Prison, and he upholds his innocence.
The Penn State Lion Ambassadors brought the spookiness to town with the Haunted Valley Ghost Tours this past Friday. According to the Daily Collegian, the event included a haunted house, free fall treats, and most importantly, tours around campus highlighting the spots with the most paranormal activity. Lion Ambassador Jack Titus says the ghost tours were meant to be more educational than scary, showing the folklore and myths around campus. Community members, students, and alumni enjoyed tours that included stories about George Atherton's grave, Penn State's old mascot, and stories from the library. The tours helped bring the Halloween spirit to Happy Valley.
Coming up next, Erin Allison Droney will bring you the latest in entertainment news. Stay with us.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Erin Allison Droney with your entertainment update. Let's start with the latest in the Harvey Weinstein scandal. In an interview on Good Morning America on Monday, Matt Damon said that while working with Weinstein on several films, he came to know the producer as a bully and a womanizer. Damon claims, however, that he was unaware of sexual assault and harassment allegations against Weinstein. Damon says that he was made aware of the indecent behavior towards Gwyneth Paltrow from Ben Affleck, his best friend who dated Paltrow. Weinstein had a huge impact on the initial success of both Damon and Affleck's careers by distributing their Oscar-winning movie, Good Will Hunting. Damon said, quote, "If there was ever an event that I was at and Harvey was doing this kind of thing and I didn't see it, then I am truly deeply sorry because I would have stopped it." In other news, ESPN has officially pulled the plug for the show Barstool Van Talk after just 1 episode. ESPN president John Skipper blamed the Barstool brand for his decision to cancel the show, effective immediately. Skipper had hoped ESPN could distance itself from the Barstool site and its content, which is seen as racist and misogynist by viewers. Dave Portnoy, the president of Barstool Sports, held an emergency press conference in a video shared to social media during which he cited internal pressure from ESPN to cut ties with the Barstool brand. Barstool has been known to criticize ESPN staff members in its commentary, namely host Samantha Ponder, who tweeted her displeasure in the network's partnership on Wednesday. Portnoy released a statement on Twitter indicating his disappointment in the dissolvement of the partnership. Now for local entertainment news. The Penn State Student Programming Association is hosting a Halloween-themed celebration called Drain Your Brain from 7 to 10 p.m. this Wednesday in Alumni Hall in the Hub Robeson Center. It will be transformed with escape rooms, photo booths, and an inflatable zombie maze. SPA President Michael Sittler said he expects a big turnout. Be sure to attend if you want to get the Halloween spirit going. That's your PSN News Entertainment Buzz. We'll have the sports updates for you with Samantha Rennick after the break. Stay tuned.
With your PSN News Sports Update. The Penn State Nittany Lions defeated the Michigan Wolverines 42-13 this past Saturday. The day started at Old Main for College GameDay. Lee Corso deemed Penn State as the winner after choosing the Nittany Lion mascot head, and in keeping with past predictions, was not wrong about it. The game started around 7:30 p.m. and within the first minute, Penn State was already leading 7-0. The team went on to score an additional 14 points before the end of the first half. The Wolverines finished the first half with 13 points. The Lions stayed strong throughout the second half, once again scoring 21 points and keeping the Wolverines from scoring any points at all. The team is set to play Ohio State this weekend in Columbus. Penn State field hockey had an exciting weekend, having defeated Indiana in its last game prior to the Big Ten tournament. Maura Puch was the player of the game, scoring the first goal, which was also her 17th of the season. The team went on to score an additional 3 points before the end of the first half, with Emily Klinger and Mary Nell Smith as key contributors. The second half matched the first as the Nittany Lions scored 3 more goals, while the Hoosiers scored only 1 goal. The team is set to host the Iowa Hawkeyes Sunday at noon at the Penn State Field Hockey Complex. The Los Angeles Dodgers hosted the first game of the 2017 World Series against the Houston Astros Tuesday night. The Dodgers defeated the Chicago Cubs in Game 5 of the National League Championship Series, while the Astros defeated the New York Yankees on Saturday night after a tough 7-game American League Championship Series. Game 2 will be played Wednesday night, once again in Los Angeles. Games 3 and 4 will be played on Friday and Saturday in Houston. All the games will begin at 8 p.m. Game 5, 6, and 7 will only be played if need be. That's your PSN News Sports Update. After the break, we will talk with the Vice President of the College Republicans, who will give us the latest on Truth Week. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome back to PSN News. I'm here with Vice President of the College Republicans, Megan Gold. Thanks for being here, Megan.
Hi, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So can you tell us about Truth Week and why it's important to college Republicans and the Penn State community?
Yeah, so Truth Week is an event that we have every year where we have several conservative speakers come and just talk to the community about different aspects of conservatism and kind of being a Republican. This year we have Austin Peterson, who spoke with us last night about First Amendment rights and free speech and safe spaces. And tonight we have Kimberly Corbin, who will speak to us about sexual assault and prevention.
Wow, very informative. So how did this get started and how did it evolve?
So really, Truth Week has just been a tradition, really since the club's been going on for the past several years. It's really evolved having just one or two speakers, really creating an entire week of several speakers, of really the excitement in the club and of different political organizations on campus coming out and hearing what these speakers have to say. It really is a monumental event that we have every year, and it's something that our members look forward to every year.
Great. So what goes into planning these events and what are some of the highlights?
So what goes into planning is a lot of reaching out to different speakers, different organizations, seeing if they would want to come and speak to us. Then we go into contracting and financial obligations. Then it goes into just different
The logistics
of it and having them come and making sure everything is safe and secure for them. It's obviously can be a little bit dangerous sometimes to be a conservative on college campuses, so reaching out to different security organizations to make sure that having these events are as safe as possible.
Great. And what else can we expect from the College Republicans this semester?
So this semester, every semester, we have several debates with the Penn State College Democrats as well, Turning Point USA, different political organizations on campus where we just have a really good network for free speech and discussing different political events that are going on campus. It's a really great way to just get the conversation moving on politics. It's, you know, Penn State is a great champion of diversity with the All In campaign, and we can't limit that to freedom of speech. So, and freedom of diversity and freedom of thought. So having events like these are really, really great to get people thinking and getting away from what they normally think about and what news might project, and getting kind of a different kind of spin and ideas of what people are thinking.
And to start the dialogue, thank you for joining us, Megan. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have left, and we'll take a quick break and get back with the national news headlines.
6 companies are building prototypes of President Trump's border wall, but some people are beginning to question how the government decided which companies to work with. USA Today says they obtained nearly 200 pages of emails from an account set up for the companies to ask about the job bidding process. According to USA Today, the emails show the confusion over the basic details like deadlines and how and where to submit the bids. Government officials originally said the proposals needed to be submitted in 12 days. Then, hours before the deadline, they gave companies another week. 6 companies were chosen to build 8 border wall prototypes, and construction is underway. But experts are saying the process was rushed, and therefore some of the most qualified companies got overlooked.
President Trump announced that he intends to spend at least $430,000 of his own money to help pay the legal bills of White House staff and campaign aides regarding the investigation into Russian election meddling. The legal fees are adding up as special counsel Robert Mueller and House and Senate committees are looking further into Russia's role in the 2016 campaign. The Republican National Committee, as well as the president's re-election campaign, have been covering certain costs, such as payments to the law firm representing Trump's oldest son, Donald Trump Jr., who met with a Russian lawyer, and others who promised to deliver gossip about Hillary Clinton.
Former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly reached a $32 million sexual harassment settlement with a network analyst in January, according to a New York Times report this weekend. Fox News parent company 21st Century Fox had signed a $25 million a year contract with O'Reilly after the settlement. Rupert Murdoch and Sons, Lachlan and James, were the company's top executives at this time. They decided to stand by O'Reilly to preserve the company's image following the sexual harassment scandal with Chairman Roger Ailes and the loss of host Megyn Kelly. Now that the dollar amounts have been made public, O'Reilly's harassment settlements are now publicly known to be a total of about $45 million.
Caitlin Coleman issued her first public statement only 10 days after her rescue from Taliban-linked militants. In the statement, she reflected on her childhood memories in York, Pennsylvania, as well as adapting to her life after captivity. Recent media stories have conveyed that Coleman doesn't feel capable of appearing publicly yet due to the scrutiny and pressure. However, Jim Coleman, Caitlin's father, gave credit to President Trump and the Obama administration for working on getting his daughter and her family to freedom. Over the last several years, while the family is moving forward, it still remains up in the air if the family will ever return to York County.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News. Thank you for joining us.